Hi everyone, welcome to the show. Today I have a very special guest who's dear to me. He's close to me in every way possible. In his ideas, he inspires me, and he's one of the futurists and one of the influencers who know where the world is moving, where the healthcare is moving globally, and where we should be. So I always seek guidance from him and learn from him. And when he speaks on a stage, pay attention because every word he says, it could be the clue for the next billion-dollar startup. So today I have a privilege to have him, Philippe, my brother, and from another mother, and perhaps I could get a wisdom from him that could be another clue of one of my other companies we could launch in the future. Thank you so much for joining today.
So thank you very much for the invitation and the kind words. I'm close to stop now because that's enough for me. I can go, But thank you very much for your kind words. And yes, I feel also I'm a brother from another mother, but I also admire a lot, what you're doing. And again, if we speak about the future of healthcare and all that, you are for me one of the only one bringing many different silos, spaces together. We still work in silo, and I'm not talking just about medical silos, or you have a specialist, you have many specialists and maybe a GP, but still the information is not going across. But for you, it is going, from genomics to blockchain to cybersecurity and all that. And I think from a healthcare point of view, that's what we need.
Yes.
It's a system. It's not just a piece of a system, and very few people not only understand that, but have also the solutions. So that's why I love what you're doing, brother, because it's really bringing those pieces together.
And it is. So being a cardiologist, I have seen many people die. I have seen people literally die in my hands. And some people I saved them, some people was not able to save them. So this desire to look for an answer and how I can improve better quality, or at least perhaps improve their lifespan. So that desire allowed me to invest some resources, meet with the brilliant scientists and the minds and leaders, listen to them like you, what they're talking, and see if those problems can be solvable. If they're solvable, why not we should do it? So that's about it. So I want to ask you, so we're talking about precision medicine as we practice, and we see certain gaps. So what gaps do you see when you travel around the world these days in precision medicine?
So I think that the key point is, if you talk precision medicines, personalized medicine and all that, for the moment, it's coming from the top, it's for the rich. Mm-hmm. So it will take time to go there, but you have proven, for example, the model, if you talk about, genomic sequencing, it started with 10 millions for one sequencing 10 years ago, and now, you are you're down to a few dollars, I'm not saying hundreds of dollars, so we are probably one of the cheapest in that space, but that opens a new perspective. So I think that's the point, how can we bring this precision medicine, to the crowd, to everybody, to the bottom, and it starts also with doctors. We already had the discussion, because, doctors have been trained, some of them 20, 30 years ago, and they do their whole career with what they learned. We talk about upskilling, which is already limited, because they're so busy, we have a shortage, they have no time, because I'm biased. I'm going to these big conferences, what I see around me are the savvy doctors. But probably 80% or maybe 90% of the doctors are not going out of their practice because they are busy, they have the waiting room full, and it's coming close, to the US border, like next. So I think, again, it's not just about upskilling. I would go one step further. It's about unlearning. Mm-hmm. So how you do the unlearning for these doctors, because it was maybe right at the time they learned it, or they were taught at school, but today we have different knowledge. How you bring that knowledge, because it's not just additional knowledge, it's questioning how you did it before.
And thank you so much for saying the word unlearn. So unlearning what they have learned before. And medicine is all about learning every day. So always bringing new research into patient contacts, always challenging the ideas. Either it was introducing a blood thinner, or introducing cholesterol medication, or introducing some antibiotics for flu, take it, not take it, and deciding it's a bad thing. It's all learning along the way. But if we just stick to one ideology that this is what it is, that's wrong. So I think learning is very important, and unlearning the idea that what you're practicing is the only truth. Truth is changing every day. When the new research is publishing, new technologies are coming out. I still remember when there was an X-ray was first discovered. People don't want to use an X-ray machine, and the scientist who discovered it, and he killed himself to prove the point that X-ray is helpful for the humanity. Look now, we have MRI, CTs. When a coronary angiogram for the heart arteries came out, when I was doing cardiology, people said, a useless test, who needs it? Invasive angiogram is the best one on this earth. And now look at that, many people using non-invasive angiograms. So science is moving, but we have to be also open our minds to something new. Genomics, microbiomics, multiomics. Yes, there are no chapters in the book, I'm sorry. I didn't read any chapter in my book when I was training as a cardiologist. And now even today, the curriculum does not have that. So now the healthcare is moving toward genomics. First time ESC, European Society of Cardiology, is hosting an event, cardiogenomics. Imagine 5 years ago this topic to be discussed conference, and one of the premier conferences on this earth by the in the cardiology area. And now they're doing dedicated section on genomics, separate section altogether. So change is coming, and we have to unlearn the rigidness, and we have to learn the openness.
Yeah, so as I said, that's very important. So I'm talking a lot, of course, about healthcare, even pharma, life science. But one of the key points today, especially with the whole AI discussion, is education. So it's not only medical education, it's everywhere. And I'm one of the guys saying, I'm a dreamer on one side.
I'm a dreamer too.
So thank you very much to be on board. So that basically, if it's well done, AI can help us to become more human again.
Yes.
And people think I'm crazy. I did an interview to O Globo in Brazil last year, and I loved the title they took, for my interview was that I said that doctors are becoming robots and AI can liberate them.
Thank you. I agree with that statement.
Because when you say, when you hear that ChatGPT is more empathetic than doctor and all that, sorry to say that, but that's rubbish. It's because we are not empathetic anymore. So it's easy for machine to be more empathetic because we are losing it. Yeah. A doctor, 10 minutes visit for GP, spending 80% of his time in front of a screen, entering data, not looking anymore in the eyes of the patient. So I want the technology to unleash that, to help, to be human again.
And it's very important, and being a practicing cardiologist, I can tell you that. There's so much pressure, demand is so much out there, and regulatory authorities will tell you, document this, document that, write this, write that. The lawsuits will be coming in the future, or some complaints are getting tackled. So that is, doctors are becoming data people. So data entry, the work that can be done by receptionists, now doctors are doing the work. And just to make sure that they have all the loose ends tied up. A lot of time is getting wasted. And in fact, after COVID, many healthcare providers lost empathy. I'm sorry to say that. Majority of healthcare providers have lost empathy, and I tell my patients now. I said, it's lucky that you have a doctor who cares about you. And it's rare today you will find a nurse who cares about you. But today, majority doctors, nurses don't care about you, because they cared about you before COVID. But during COVID, where they were all worshipped as gods at that time, and post-COVID, the whole transition happened in people's mentality, and the burnout was real in healthcare providers. So that's the reason when people say ChatGPT or other AI tools are more empathetic than the humans, it's a sad story, sad state of affair. And doctors need to be humans again, nurses need to be humans again, and all of us need to become humans again. We have to start treating each other with respect and listen our consciousness, and we should have forgiveness for others.
Yeah, and again, it's even the situation is even worse than that, because actually it's exactly what you're saying, but we go in the wrong direction. because we need more data. I'm not arguing that.
Yeah.
You know, we need more data, but it's not the doctor to enter it. It's not the nurse to enter it. And now we push it even to the patient.
Yes.
You know, and for the patient, even Chinese. I was recently, you know, in a consultation. I got like 15 pages to fill. You know, so it's wrong for the doctor.
15 pages.
It's wrong for the doctor. It's wrong for the nurse. It's wrong for the patient. But we have technology today
Yep.
that can do that. I went to that consultation with the gastroenterologist in France, you know, asking questions I have answered 100 times.
Yes.
You know, about my family, about all that. All that should be there. I don't
Yes.
have to repeat it. You know, and then
And thank you for mentioning that, because that comes in from medicine. So how the doctors gather history. So that mistrust, how doctors gather history from healthcare provider, other provider, everyone wants to gather history again and again, trying to verify the facts again and again. And the patient's memory do change as we don't recall things. And this sort of desire to keep verifying the facts again wastes a lot of time in this area. So that's why, so it's very important to pay attention, and that's very important to cut down this paperwork and make doctors human again. So I really appreciate your insights. Those are important gaps that exist today in healthcare. We need to make sure we provide education to healthcare providers how to use these tools. We make sure we implement AI, not run away from AI, because AI is like your assistant helping you get better. So you can pay more attention, more time to your patient, to your families, and less time being the data entry people. So I love the conversations, and like always, there is a idea for next $1 trillion company. He just mentioned it there. Listen to the video again, watch it, and you will get that idea. And I'll invest that in that company with you. Thank you so much.
thank you very much.